Drawing my the outline of my graph because I know where it's going to be. Okay, so I'm going from -3 to 4 and from 0 to 6. And this is sort of, this reminds me of like the first day that I teach domain and range to the grade 11s. Okay, it's like when I do teach domain and range to grade 11s, I just sort of do an outline. So this graph's going to be between -3 and 4. So I'm just going to put just a little outline here. Okay, and then we're going to 6. So the graph's going to be in that range, okay?
And the parameters 1, 2, and 3, should it be a -1? Or just a
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, because I was wondering,
Which one?
like, how can you,
number 1?
because it doesn't,
Probably.
this is increasing at some point.
Did I make a mistake? Yes, I probably did.
Just because we kind of skipped
Shoot.
over.
They both have to be the same, right?
What?
They both have to be the same. Let's call this the -1. Yeah, start with that. Okay, so let's start with critical points. Okay. So I'm going to draw my point, one point at -1, 6, and at 3, 1. Okay, so it says here, Hannah, it says here, what else can I do for this graph here? I have that. Let's start with the decreasing. How do you draw decreasing from -1 to 3? What do you do? Just connect the dots. That's all we're going to do, right? So that part's easy. Okay. You're not done yet, unfortunately. Okay. It says it's going to be increasing then everywhere else. Okay. So to make this increasing, what do? Just draw a line going up. Okay, we can draw it to stop it, and we don't know where that's going to stop. Now, on the left-hand side, this is important. It is going to be increasing, even though we're going left. Like we're increasing, still means we're going this way, right? That's what it's going to be. Where are we going to make sure the dot goes to, though? Like, where's the y value going to go to, and why? Yeah, go ahead, Austin. Yeah, it has to go down to 0 because it says the minimum point is 0 on the graph, right? So it has to go all the way down to there like that. Okay?
Wait, 0 of y or 0?
0y. 0y.
But then can we go at like -2 instead?
No, because it has to spread. It has to span the graph, right? It has to span the graph. So the domain and the range, it has to hit all those values. Yes.
But isn't that supposed to be increasing?
It is increasing. It looks like it's decreasing because we're going left, but I think if you're starting, the way you read all, that's a very good question here, okay? Whenever you read a graph, you're always reading left to right, sort of like English, right? So from here, it's increasing, 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 decreasing, 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 increasing, increasing. Okay, right? You always read left to right a graph. That's what always goes. All right, I have time for one more example, I hope, and then I will.
Do we have to have one more joke?
We have 15 minutes.
We need a joke.
15 minutes? Well, let's do it. Let's do an example, then we'll do a joke after. Okay. I can do the rest of the class and the jokes if you want.
Yes, please.
Wait, I'm gonna go down and tell Mrs. Douglas that these jokes right here.
No.
What?
These jokes right here.
Like one of those paintings? What? Like one of those painting walls?
Yeah.
Or changing light bulbs. I was thinking it's changing light bulbs. Like with the roll rotator. Oh yeah. I already
Sorry,
did.
this is.
Okay. Let's talk about how we're going to solve this right now. First of all, Tanner, do not give up. Have confidence in yourself, you can do this, okay? And everyone else in the class too. This one will not be as bad as you think. This is very doable. So let's start off with any information you can get right away. What are we given before we start? Critical points we're given, okay? So as soon as you see critical points, what should you be thinking in your brain?
Graph.
Right? Chart, eventually you can do a chart, but we don't really have enough information to do a chart yet, okay? But as soon as you hear the word critical points, Cecilia, when you hear critical points, what are you thinking? Good. Somebody help her though. It is right, but I need some. I'm looking for something else, Nathan. Right. So I'm looking for f prime of x equal to 0 is what I'm looking for. Okay. So that's what that means. At those 2 points. So Cecilia, you're not out of the woods yet. Can you just find g prime of x for me, please? Okay. So we know this is equal to 0. When do we know this is equal to 0? When is that equal to 0? When x is what? Yeah, good. So when this works when so let's do the x equals 2, 1 first. So I'm going to do 0 equals 3a 2 squared plus 2b 2 plus c. 0 equals 12a plus 4b plus c. Now this looks scary again, okay, because you guys are calculus students. You guys are brave and you're wonderful. Remember that always. Is that okay where that came from? All right, going up to James Campbell, back to you. Okay, if I know x equals 0, what do I do? Dave, you're trying to
He's honest.
Dave, listen, you gotta word that better. You have to say, Mr. Salad, I was too busy copying on the nose. Yeah, it's okay. So for this one, sorry, I didn't mean that. That came out really bad. But we're saying, so you're plugging in x equals 2 and plugging in x equals 0 here. Now this one is very helpful to us. So James, I need you to come back with me here now. What's 3a times 0 squared? Good. What's 2b times 0? Good. So what does that make c?
C.
0 equals c. Okay, that is very nice. Because what that really tells me then, since c equals 0, what that really means is that 0 equals 12a plus 4b. Okay? Does that make sense if I got that? Now, I see what you're saying. You're saying, Mr. Sadler, great, we got c equals 0. My life as a math student is complete. Okay, not quite. What do we still need to find? Let's go ahead.
A and B.
Yeah, what else? And also d as well. Okay.
Oh.
How can we find d? Anyone have any ideas? Yeah.
When you find A, B, and C, you plug it back into the original equation.
That'll probably work. We know 2 points here. Okay. Let's start with 0. So I still have. So I'm going to sub 2 comma 4 and 0 comma 0 into f of x. Right? Because we haven't touched f of x yet, right? These are definitely going to be points. That's where your input and your output comes from. Alistair, are you even paying attention? Yes. You go for it, James. Can you be brave and sub in 2 comma 4, please, into the equation? Yeah. I'm just going to change that to 0 times 2 because C, we already know that C is equal to 0, right? So I'm going to call that then 4 is equal to 8a plus 4b plus d. Yeah. Okay, now this is still looking like a lot of work. But Emma, you're going to save the class a whole lot of headache right now. there's still one more thing we can do. What have we not done yet? Yes, 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 yes. And this is going to make our life doable. So it's going to be 0 equals a times 0 cubed plus b times 0 squared plus 0 times 0 plus d. Emma, you're not done. What does d equal then? D equals 0. Therefore, 0 equals 12a plus 4b, and 4 equals 8a plus 4b. Now those are lined up for a reason. Derek, I'm going to pick on you because I know you love to do what I'm about to tell the class to do. I have two equations, two unknowns. What?
Nothing.
That was a math. I'm supposed to say he loves math. He's going to do something math related that he loves.
Austin says something.
Let's continue that. Do this one or some later, okay? What do I do here? I have two equations, two unknowns. Let's make it elimination. This one's totally set up for elimination, okay? So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to subtract all of these. Again, if you like substitution, you make a substitution.
Oh, this works out so nice.
It does work out so nicely. Okay, I'm just going to subtract them like that. That's going to be negative 4 equals 4a. So a equals negative 1. And I'm going to say 0 equals 12 times negative 1 plus 4b.
How do you know what to sub back into?
It's on either one of these. Either one of those is okay. I chose the first one because I like to.
There's so much subbing in, but there's so many equations. It's like
12x cubed plus 3x squared. Okay. Now I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Mr. Sadler, that was too easy. You want to be a matrix on your test. Anything's possible. Okay. If you get an A, a B, and a C, it's possible that could happen. All right. Homework for the weekend. Then we'll call. Then I'll tell jokes, and I'll be the rest of the day. Okay?
please.
Homework is page 164. If you're not a fan of the jokes, please put your headphones in. I won't be offended, okay? That's all right. Just so you know, I told this on Tuesday, or whatever day I did my speech at lunch. Jokes are a coping mechanism for me, okay? So that just means that I'm down today, okay? So that's okay. You guys will all smile together and all feel good.